What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we have some very, very interesting news when it comes to undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, coming on the heels of his victory over Isaac Pitbull Cruz in Los Angeles, California at the Staples Center. Gervonta Tank Davis, 26 wins, no losses, no draws, 24 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, stands at 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. He defeated Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who is now 22 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. Isaac Cruz is 23 years of age, stands at 5'3" with a 63-inch arm reach. With that said, another fight took place a week before Gervonta Tank Davis' fight, and that was a shocking upset victory for Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr., who's the newly crowned unified lightweight world champion. 20 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 70-inch arm reach. He defeated former unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez via split decision. Teofimo Lopez was the favorite in the fight. George Kambosos Jr., he upset and beat Teofimo Lopez. So with that said, Teofimo Lopez went back and forth with another lightweight world champion, WBC superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney, okay? Devin Haney was going into a showdown this past weekend, this Saturday, in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, when he took on former IBF super featherweight Mexican superstar boxer Joseph Jojo Diaz, and Devin Haney was victorious via unanimous decision. So with that said, George Kambosos Jr. and Devin Haney, we expect to see them go at it for official undisputed showdown. Now, George Kambosos Jr., he stated on a few occasions that, he was looking to fight the highest, not the highest bidder, but the highest action-packed fighter he could find, because he stated he didn't want to have fights where he was chasing guys around the ring, doing dances. He wanted to fight the absolute best there is in Fight of the Year candidate types of fights. Okay, so George Kambosos Jr., he stated that he was going to watch Devin Haney fight, and then he was going to go. Devin Haney fought on Saturday, December 4th in Las Vegas, and Gervonta Tank Davis fought on Sunday in Los Angeles at the Staples Center, okay? And so with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis was expected to knock out Isaac Pitbull Cruz in dramatic fashion, as I personally thought he was, and that didn't happen, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis didn't get a knockdown, but he dominated the fight, in my opinion. I thought he clearly outboxed Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I thought he made the adjustments. I thought he showed his versatility. I thought he showed his ring IQ, and I thought he won in dominating fashion. The problem is most people, they're used to Gervonta Tank Davis getting knockouts in brutal fashion and entertaining the fans with knockdowns at the very least. He had, going into the fight, 25 wins, no loss, no draws, with 24 wins by way of knockout. So he was expected to get a knockout, and that didn't happen, okay? And so with that said, the fans, they started to feel like Gervonta Tank Davis, he even lost the fight. I'm hearing people feel like he lost the fight, that Isaac Cruz, he revealed that Gervonta Tank Davis can't deal with pressure fighters, okay? The judges didn't favor Isaac Pitbull Cruz because Gervonta Tank Davis is the biggest star. These are the things that I'm hearing, okay? And on the flip side of that, George Kambosos Jr., who was in attendance, he even felt like Isaac Pitbull Cruz won the fight. He felt like Isaac Pitbull Cruz was more exciting. And he stated that, Devin Haney was the more exciting fight. He stated that Devin Haney, was, more entertaining, and that, he wants to start to negotiate a fight with Devin Haney. Okay, after the fight, Gervonta Tank Davis, he stated there'll be no rematch, and it was revealed that Gervonta Tank Davis, he broke his left hand in the 6th round, and you can clearly see he threw a left uppercut. Isaac Cruz blocked it, and you could see his wrist bend all the way back, okay? And he revealed that he had a broken hand, as you can see, okay? It's completely swollen. And so with that said, George Kambosos said that Devin Haney was the more exciting fight, and it was time to negotiate an undisputed showdown. Not to mention George Kambosos Jr., he wants to fight in Australia, and Gervonta Tank Davis being a cash cow from junior welterweight on down, it's abundantly clear it's going to go how he wants it to go. Gervonta Tank Davis is also on record stating that he has no interest in fighting for George Kambosos Jr.'s belt, okay? So he stated he could keep the belt, I'll fight him for free. Then he corrected himself. He said, well, I won't fight him for free, but I'll fight him without the belt, okay? He could keep the belt. So with that said, now we have an interesting turn of events because George Kambosos Jr., remember, he went back and forth with Devin Haney, and Devin Haney, he stated that he has no problem going to fighting George Kambosos Jr. in Australia. And he stated that I would fight George Kambosos Jr. on Jupiter if I had to. Well, now, unforeseen, just like they're doing in the welterweight division, the World Boxing Associations, better known as the WBA, President Gilberto Mendoza, they're throwing monkey wrench in the plan, okay? And now they're stating that they're going to order George Kambosos Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis fight, okay? And they're going to give him, 30 days, okay? And so now he has to have 30 days and he has to make a decision if he's going to fight George Kambosos Jr. or George Kambosos Jr. is going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, and Gervonta Tank Davis is going to more than likely have to drop his belt. Gervonta Tank Davis was holding simultaneously 3 belts in 3 different weight classes. He held the WBA super title at 130, the WBA regular title at 135 and 140. And now they're ordering him to defend the title, or should I say ordering George Kambosos to defend the title against Gervonta Tank Davis. Or if Gervonta Tank Davis vacates the belt, then, that would prevent the order. But then they would more than likely have somebody fight for the vacant belt. That would give George Kambosos Jr. time for him to go ahead and negotiate a deal with Devin Haney, fight Devin Haney. Then the winner is going to have to fight the winner of whoever fights for that WBA regular title that's going to be vacated by Gervonta Tank Davis, which I'm almost certain Gervonta Tank Davis is just going to go ahead and vacate that title. For one, Gervonta Tank Davis just broke his left hand and he's coming off of a fight himself. For two, George Kambosos Jr. does not want to fight his next fight in the States. He wants to fight in Australia, okay? So the WBA, just like they're doing in the welterweight division with WBA super welterweight world champion, Yordanis, Cuban superstar boxer, Yordanis Ugas, okay? Yordanis Ugas, he was elevated to the WBA super champion in the welterweight division after Manny Pacquiao failed to defend his title within 2-year span. He won the title from former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith One-Time Thurman. That was back in July 2019. Manny Pacquiao, he was inactive, obviously dealing with global pandemic, and Manny Pacquiao being the Senate in the Philippines, he had a lot to deal with, a lot on his plate. So he was unable to defend the title. And seeing as though he was unable to defend the title, the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza, they stated that they told Manny Pacquiao, informed Manny Pacquiao that he had to defend the title against somebody within the top 10 of their ranking system, which Manny Pacquiao proved that that was not the truth. And they stated that, or they was going to place him as champion in recess. Well, they went ahead and placed him as champion in recess. They did not, inform Manny Pacquiao as they stated they did. And Manny Pacquiao, he even petitioned to regain the title. They elevated Yordanis Ugas to from regular champion to super champion. And Manny Pacquiao petitioned to be reinstated as he was champion in recess. They denied it. But Manny Pacquiao, who was going to face off against undefeated unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Earl of True Spence Jr., okay, in a unification bout, if he had his WBA title August 21st, Errol Spence suffered a broken detached retina and had to be pulled from the fight. So with that said, Yordanis Ugas, who was going to be the co-main event on their card, was elevated to this, to fight Manny Pacquiao, okay? So we got a clarification anyway for the WBA title. And the WBA agreed to allow Yordanis Ugas face off against Errol Spence for a unification bout in February. But now the WBA has decided that, Yordanis Ugas has to enter a tournament, okay, with WBA at that time regular champion Jamal James, who took on Butev, and Yordanis Ugas has to face Stanionis, okay? And Butev and Jamal James fought. Butev beat Jamal James. Now he's the regular champion. They're ordering Yordanis Ugas to fight Stanionis, and the winner has to fight Butev. Now, Yordenis Ugas is petitioning against this because he stated that the WBA informed him that he was going to be allowed to fight Errol Spence in the unification bout. So now they're denying that. And it looks like they're attempting to do the same thing with this situation with Devin Haney and George Kambosos Jr. as they're now ordering this fight. Now, it will work in their favor, as I'm sure Gervonta Tank Davis is going to need some time. Okay, I'm sure that Gervonta Tank Davis has no interest in fighting for the belts, as he stated. He's not going to be forced into a fight with George Kambosos Jr. if he doesn't want to. Okay, and if he goes into a fight with George Kambosos Jr., that automatically means that George Kambosos Jr., being the super champion, he would get the lion's share of the split. He would most likely get a 60-40 split in his favor. Gervonta Tank Davis, Floyd Mayweather, Leonard L.B. Mayweather Promotions, they're not going to go for that, okay? So they're not going to allow the WBA to dictate what direction Gervonta Tank Davis has to go in. So it can work in our favor that Gervonta Tank Davis vacates the belt, okay? He vacates the belt, and then you can still have Devin Haney versus George Kambosos Jr. for undisputed. It's just the winner's going to have to fight whoever fights for that vacant WBA regular lightweight title, okay? And with that said, on top of it, like I stated, Gervonta Tank Davis is going to need time to heal. George Kambosos Jr. is going to look to be very active. He's already stating he's ready. He started training. He's ready to get back in the ring ASAP. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.